Skeleton Point. Is that what this is called? Skeleton?
We don't know where we are, where we're going or what we're doing. The OCT is a very difficult trail because it's not a trail.
Breaking news now, every national forest in California right now closing due to the fires burning in our state. On Monday...
So they just closed all of California. All the national forests are closed. And so that's kind of the end of the hike. I mean, there's not really you can do like to get around that.
Yeah, but here we are. Welcome to Canada. Woo!
In the summer of 2021, Elsa and I set out to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, a long-distance hiking trail that runs through the states of Washington, Oregon, and California. Just before we reach California, wildfires interrupt our plans.
With forest fires closing the PCT, it's time for Plan B.
In search of clean air, we head for the Oregon coast.
It takes 3 hitches and 2 buses to reach Astoria, hundreds of miles away from the PCT. That evening, we set up camp in Fort Stevens, which is the northern terminus of the route. After we explore the beach, we share a glass of red wine in camp and toast to the start of a new adventure.
Oregon Coast Trail.
In the morning, we take our first sandy steps of the Oregon Coast Trail.
The Oregon Coast Trail is a long-distance hike that follows the entire coastline of Oregon. The hike can be divided into 10 sections and the total distance is somewhere between 400 and 425 miles, depending on tides and how much road walking you're forced to do. In total, it takes about a month to complete the trek.
After 2 months of walking through the forests of Washington and Oregon, the coast is a dramatic change. Instead of the usual deer and trees, we now see jellyfish washed ashore, seashells, hairy bugs, and beach flower beds. A different trail, a different environment.
Our diet is also dramatically different. Instead of ramen, protein bars, and peanut butter, we now carry cheese, bread, and even wine. With a town nearly every day, we can afford such luxury.
Coastal towns. Their names are surprisingly original. Oceanside, Seaside, Rockaway Beach, Cannon Beach. If you haven't noticed yet, this is ocean country. That means lofty villas, relaxing retirees, fishermen, and lots of breweries. Beware, they sure know how to lure thirsty hikers.
Most of the trail follows the beach, but occasionally it wanders through fairy-like forest. South of Seaside, the trail winds through Aquila State Park, where ferns and mushrooms grow in abundance. We spend the night there in wooden cabins and meet other PCT hikers who are also forced off the trail. We are OCT hikers now.
This isn't just any beach. This is Indian Beach, where a twilight scene was filmed.
And yes, Elsa made us stop for a photo.
We find ourselves on the beach every single day. Most are sandy beaches, and some are stony beaches. Up north, at the start of the trail, cars are allowed on the beach. That's very strange, having to share the trail with cars, but most of the time, we have the beach to ourselves.
Tides are an extra challenge of the OCT. If you don't make it before high tide, then you're forced to wait or walk the road around. Keep your tide charts ready. We barely made it through in time.
Skeleton Point. Is that what this is called? Skeleton?
Most of our water comes from spigots in towns and campgrounds. But we find fresh water at Skeleton Point, and filtering our water makes us feel like real hikers again. We wait for the tourists to leave and set up camp beside the stream.
The guidebook has the next section listed as being closed, but a local tips us off. The storm damage has been cleared and the trail is now passable. So over the fence we go.
It might seem obvious, but the coast is a pretty wet place. First, there's the sea, obviously, and the constantly changing tides that roll in around your feet. The air is humid, it's often foggy, and light rain falls almost every other day. For hikers, that means lots of soggy socks. But the absolute wettest part of the trail? That's definitely the beach bays and inlets. Sometimes, when the water is too high to cross, there's only two options to get to the other side. Either you swim, or you hitch a boat ride. No kidding. Just stick your thumb up and you'll see. Boaters and fishers are kind of the trail angels on the OCT. They are incredibly friendly, and eventually, one will stop by and transport you over the water.
Have we mentioned how strange this trail really is? One moment you're walking on a beach, and then you're on a boat eating crab. Whether it's sand, pavement, railroad tracks, or forest, it's all part of the OCT.
This is Cinnamon reporting. Oh, get a good angle. Yeah, right. Maybe with the water. Yeah. Hi, Cinnamon reporting. We are. That's the problem. We don't know where we are, where we're going, or what we're doing. The OCT is a very difficult trail because it's not a trail. Now we're out of water. We're almost out of food. I'm vlogging. Yeah. So I'll let you know if we made the night and survived or not.
Just like in life, trails aren't continuous, easy, or straightforward. You will have to figure it out again and again. Don't worry about the destination. Just enjoy the ride. Once again, we're stranded at a short jetty. We are in Netards. And we have to go to the other side, and once again, we have no idea how to do that.
She's so freaking brave. She's like barely holding it together right now. We're riding the struggle bus extremely hard. It's probably the food and the beer that we might have just drank somehow in the bar, because there's bar every 5 miles on this route, and Yep, here we go. Gotta try to get across this water thing.
Often we find ourselves wondering, which way do we go? The answer is simple, whichever way we choose. After 2 weeks on the Oregon Coast Trail, we say our goodbyes to the Pacific Ocean, and, with our lungs full of fresh sea air, we return to the PCT. And an early season snowstorm that dumps 4 feet of fresh snow. Forced off the trail yet again, we say our goodbyes and rent a car to start a 2-month road trip across the country.
Cheers!
That's a story for another time.